We rolling.
All right.
It's another installment of We Might Go Viral. I don't know if this is part one or part two. Depends on if we got the other one uploaded or not. Just know, it's still a part of We Might Go Viral. So right now, I just wanted to have a little discussion about an observation that I've made.
Current observation or recent observation?
Yeah, recent observation.
Okay.
Mainly when using these platforms that have audio room situations.
Okay.
Where people can...
Like Twitter Space, Clubhouse, and...
Fanbase.
All right.
Yep.
Following.
So one thing that I noticed is, for one, I am not the demographic that is most frequent on these spaces. Like I'm a 44-year-old man, right?
Mm-hmm.
The age group that is predominantly on these situations, let's say, is from the age of 22 and 32.
22 to 32?
Yep.
I don't know, man.
I'm not saying that there's not other people on there. I'm saying like the majority of the people
Okay.
that are participating on a day-to-day basis. And within that age group, like I've noticed a subculture within that age group, and that subculture being specifically dudes who is obvious like they was raised by like a single mom.
Ooh.
And the reason why I'm able to notice this demographic so easily is because of all the single moms that are in the rooms and are imposing their communication style of, hey boy, shut up and listen. Oh shit, good luck.
Yeah.
Hey boy, shut up and listen.
Yeah. Mama talking.
Mama talking.
Ooh.
So you got a lot of dudes that's used to being sunned, literally.
Yeah.
And they used to being interrupted.
Uh-huh.
Like when a female interrupt them, they don't know how, they just shut the fuck up. Like they don't even go back to their original thought that they had. Like they just, I guess I was done speaking.
Oh, just fold.
Just fold, bro.
Sheesh.
And like that shit, especially in our culture, that shit is being exacerbated by them constantly emasculating us.
That's exactly where I was gonna go for it.
And like presenting that notion that our women are stronger than us. So the women buy into that egomaniac shit, and they try to implement that shit in real time. All right, you ain't got nothing important to say, so I'm just gonna talk over you.
Yeah.
And
I wear the pants.
Bruh. And for a lot of us, in real time, engaging in these apps, like that's not our normal mode. We not going for it.
No.
But this is where the fuckery then comes in, because they done brainwashed our women into this feminine mindset to where these chicks don't think that they can do or say anything wrong, let alone be fucking corrected.
Mama knows best.
Mama knows best.
Uh-huh.
Especially who are you to tell me anything?
Yeah, with your mansplaining.
With your mansplaining.
Keep it to yourself. I'm talking for the next 4 hours.
That
You
part.
just listen.
That part.
Yeah.
Shit's fucking bananas, bro.
So what would you call these type of guys? Is there a name? Do you have a name for them?
Beta males? I mean,
Beta males.
Like, that's really the best way to describe them. I know it's a term that's like used a lot. I like it real quick.
Yeah.
But it's the best descriptive. Like, it really don't have nothing to do with the sexual aspect. It has to just do with like a personality type. Like, it's a personality type. Someone who is more agreeable versus being assertive.
Agreeable, not so much assertive.
And especially within our community, our men have been taught to be docile and agreeable.
Yeah, to go along to get along.
Go along to get along. Like, especially in
no feathers.
especially in the workforce.
Oh yeah.
It's just like, you know, the sentiment is painted like,
Angry black man, we don't want that. So you want to be complete opposite, docile, tranquil, non-threatening.
you want to be grateful to even have an opportunity to be there.
Yeah.
And you want to display that by being happy all the fucking time.
All the time. Smiling.
We ain't got no problem here, boss.
No, that's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. I like the shucking job when I pick my corn.
That's where that code switching bullshit come into play, bro.
You think it's bullshit?
It's bullshit.
No.
Code switching?
I don't think it's bullshit.
It's I mean, I know it exists.
Oh no! Why you call it bullshit?
I'm talking about the practice of it is bullshit.
Oh, the enabling. What we talked about.
Yeah.
Yeah. We should like focus on that another time, and like go into detail.
We can narrow in on that. I mean,
yeah,
like, you know, it's a thing that people practice every day that they feel comfortable with as part of their reality, and I definitely don't think that there's opposition in regards to explaining how it's bad, especially nothing that's being presented on a regular basis. Like, that's not what people are talking about. People don't see it; they just see it as normal life, as part of survival, and that's the fucked up part.
Yeah, it is. It does boil down to survival, because that means that code switching can decide whether or not you get that job. Job will decide whether or not you're going to pay your bills.
And you keep it.
Yeah.
Like, so who are you trying to make happy so you can keep your job? And that's where, especially with our women, where a lot of the power dynamic is fucked up. Because, especially on social media, you got women that will come into spaces and be on their high horse talking about, oh, well, I'm the type of person that just says things how I feel them, and they just come out the way that they are, and it just is what it is, right? And we're supposed to excuse that behavior. But if you at work, for some type of way, you got some common sense, and you can you got some filter, you got some resolve where you don't not just gonna come out your mouth any kind of way.
Yeah, you gonna think about that stupid shit.
You gonna think about what the fuck you saying and how you saying it.
Yeah.
A couple weeks ago, I had made a room on Fanbase, and the title of the room was, "If I was white and paying you, you'd be listening to everything I say."
Oh, big facts. Big facts. I always said that, man. Damn.
Not only would you be listening, you'd be begging me to tell you more.
That's weird. Yes, bro. Guess the conversation got that good, huh?
It was interesting.
Yeah.
It was like motherfuckers trying to act like they didn't know what I was saying, but at the same time trying to argue why they still code switch.
Well, because I disagree with you up until the point where you mentioned the enablement.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, the enabling white supremacists to keep treating us like shit. Instead of having them accommodate us and understand, like, okay, yeah, Black American, you know, AAVE is its own language, like literally its own language, and accommodate, like, yeah, we just talk different, you know. We don't say I am going to the store. We say I'm finna go to the store. Instead of making an accommodation, you know, they want you to conform. Angular conformity is the word.
Yeah. Like, why would I go out of my way to make you feel comfortable if you're not doing the same for me?
Yo, you know, that's what I was trying to say yesterday with the we had the coffee and we were talking about immigration.
Yeah.
But two different views, man.
If you're not going out of your way to make me feel comfortable, then you should expect that same energy, and you damn sure shouldn't feel uncomfortable by it.
But is that how you feel about all right, so let me ask you, why does the sentiment with immigration differ? That's exactly what I was saying yesterday. It was like, hey, we helped so many people, but not so many people helped us.
Well, because then you're asking someone to look at it from your perspective, and I don't think that like that's always a given. That people are gonna see things the way that you see them, and
But it's
within
the truth. It ain't about how I see it. The truth is the truth. It's like
It might-
give.
yeah, but is your truth at that time. So
I don't believe in that.
hold on. Listen, not to say that that truth isn't universal, but you can't expect everyone to share that perspective at the same time that you have it. And if you are expecting it, then you have to figure out a way to communicate that. You can't just like fault people for not seeing things the way that you see them, especially if they're coming from
But
your
it's not a
viewpoint.
sight. It's not how I'm saying things. It's how it is.
It's how you're seeing it as it is. And it's not that your reality is not valid, it's just that it's not shared. And if you want it to be shared, then you have to put forth that energy to explain your perspective to people, because people aren't just going to automatically see things from the way that you see them. Especially in our position, like it's not designed like that. It's designed for us to feel isolated and ostracized, to where we think of our experiences as
Maybe I'm crazy.
yeah,
It's
like
my imagination.
yeah, it's in my head.
Uh-huh.
And if at the moment when you become passionate, then they're gonna say, oh, like you fucking erratic and you acting crazy. Because at the end of the day, you like, nah, like this is what it is. Like why the fuck you don't see it? And that's what they want you to do. They want you to get all agitated, and so they can be like, oh yeah, see,
It was canon.
see,
Yeah,
see,
loose
that's what
cannon.
he's talking about. That's what he's talking about right there. So for me, like, it's more just challenging people in a way to make them ask themselves the tough questions. Like I'm not asking you. I'm gonna present an abstract thought to make you ask me a question, and then I'm gonna give you the information.
Engagement.
Because the information I'm gonna give you depends on the question you ask, right? So if you ask me a dumbass question, then I'm gonna give you a simple ass answer.
I fly you.
If you ask me a question that has some depth to it, then I'm gonna give you an in-depth answer. And that's good. Like that's where the conversation unpacks itself, and you get people to be curious more about how you think versus saying, like, "Hey,
It's fucked up.
yeah, this is fucked up, and I'm gonna tell you why." It's just like it's just marketing. Like you know what I'm saying, it's how to present an argument. When you want to present an argument to sway someone, you make, like I said, you make them ask the question on why they disagree. You don't present the disagreement to them as
I like that.
as your own argument.
I like that.
I'm just
Then
the
they get
vessel.
defensive. Then they get defensive.
Automatically off top, because then they make it about you versus about what you're saying. Like don't look at me how I'm saying it, or you know the tone or nothing. Like listen to the words. Like
Exactly what I'm doing.
the words that I'm saying, do they make sense to you? And if not, that's what we need to talk about.
Why isn't it registering?
Why isn't it registering?
That's for later.
Like, fuck me. Who am I? I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one who shares whatever perspective I'm sharing. Like, it's just, I'm the one delivering it at this point in time. And maybe something may come out of the conversation that you may talk to someone else like me in the future. And now you got something to build on. You got something to offer
Makes sense.
to what our reality is. It's not just a us versus them or you versus me. It's all right.
Is that though? Would it be in a competition or no?
Well, I'm saying like philosophically when you're talking about presenting your narrative to someone when they take it away, like when they take away when they take that away to another conversation, they're not going to be speaking from your perspective or their perspective. They're just going to be remembering the conversation they had,
The tip or whatever advice you gave.
like the point of view.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Being here has changed my views and opinions on immigration a great deal. Especially being in the seat of the immigrant. Yeah. how I see it, man.
I mean, it changed my perspective from the fact that just helping me realign with how difficult it is to live in the world and how entitled we are from where we're from to where, like, so we expect easy. But I'm in an environment where life is hard every day for the majority of people. And they're not looking at me for anything.
Begging it.
They're just doing what the fuck they gotta do.
Yeah.
So it like gives me a different like respect on
Oh wow, really?
people's like lifestyles and what they have to go through versus on what I've
Yeah, that
become
respect-
accustomed to.
That respect ain't there for me. I mean, hustle's a hustle. You're supposed to work, but I had too many run-ins with him.
Well, I don't know. That's where I mean, I had my run-ins too, but it's like just like here is no different than anywhere else. Like, and you're no different than the people here. So, in situations when you want the benefit of the doubt and you don't want to be balled into the group dynamics of what people see as negative, like one way to do that is to not do it to other people, because it's about the energy that you feeding, the wolf that you feeding. Like if that's the mindset that I'm feeding, then that's the energy I'm gonna put off, and then that's the energy I'm gonna receive.
Facts.
It's not like in totality, like on some, Mary Poppins type shit. Like, oh, all I gotta do is have a positive attitude. Like, nah, like that's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is, it definitely is more suited for you to be cognizant of your attitude being positive if you're expecting like positive situations. You can't expect positive situations with a negative mindset. Like it's not. It's not gonna come. It's not gonna come. More negative gonna come first. That's just the physics of it. I swear, like in a lot of like this new age teaching comes into play now, especially when you're talking about yoga and meditation, and people talking about the secret and all this other shit, manifestation. Like a lot of that is real, and a lot of it is, painted as fantasy because it's really very easy to do, and it's.
You talking about what a specific group of people? History is considered fantasy?
I'm just gonna say like modern gurus, people who brand themselves as in the know or who have something figured out. People who are selling these little seminars to get you to pay $300 for coaching to better your life and all this other shit.
That's one of the biggest hustles out there right now.
Yeah.
And then you get the service and your life don't even improve.
Nah, it's
But
because
they run off with the bag.
Like, yeah, because they're just giving you basic information. Like, they're not giving you no information that you don't already have access to. They're just framing it in a way that you've never seen it before. And they're not going to frame it in a way to let you know that you already have access to it, because then you're not going to come back and pay them. They want to make it seem like they got the answers and they're unveiling them to you. But at the end of the day, they ain't got shit else that you don't possess. Like nothing. It's just they're sharing with you a perspective that has been advertised to them as what works. And like I said, it's not a secret. It's just positivity. It's like it's nothing fucking. It's not rocket science. It's just that the propaganda has been presented to us in such a way that that's not our default. And it seems so far-fetched for that to be a default that it's almost offensive. And we get defensive when you even try to suggest that, hey, maybe we should just have a positive outlook. Like we are geared to be like, but what about all the negative? Ain't nobody saying to not account for it, but to wear it on your sleeve or as a badge of honor, like that shit is detrimental. Like, that's weight.
That way.
Dead weight.
You thinking about something?
Just watching.
What's that?
Just watching, just looking at the horse. It's just like a natural no. But yeah, the art of conversation has definitely been lost, and in our community,
But wait, what do you think would be the solution for less beta males? There's a lot of that.
what we're doing now, like there's been a deliberate effort to squelch strength in regards to melanated men's voice. So the only way to combat that is for more of us to be vocal. So we have more representation of what we actually are and what we actually think. So we're not having people speak for us.
Especially the guys who, like yourself, who's good with words. Because guys who may feel the exact same way you do, but don't know how to.
They don't know how to articulate it.
Yeah, right.
And not only do they not know how to articulate it, this is why I'm bringing up like the single mom shit. Like they've been conditioned to
Not even think or speak for themselves.
yeah, like, hey, my voice isn't that important. It's allowed to be stepped on. Like it's okay for me not to complete a thought.
That's sad.
Because at the end of the day, like, what am I really saying? Like, what value am I really adding to the conversation?
Ooh. I can see that. I can see how. Yeah, I can see that.
Like, how about you just sit over there and be quiet and wait for us to tell you what to think, bro?
You laughing, but that's really real, bro.
It's fuck. The only reason I'm laughing is because I can speak on it from like having to experience it in a multitude of different settings for a multitude of different reasons, and it's like so prevalent and real and normal now that I can see it in real time as a byproduct of a system that's in place, and especially when you're talking about like the feminist bullshit.
Oh yeah, definitely an agenda.
When it comes to like our culture and our race, like what fucking patriarchy has a melanated man like ever been in charge of? Like, shut the fuck up.
This shit sound good.
Yeah, like what are you talking about? Like you sound stupid to me. Like what?
That shit does get annoying after a while.
The patriarchy. Like the motherfuckers on my neck too, bitch.
Yeah, right. Right. What are you talking about?
Have you read a book? Like what the fuck are you talking about? Get out.
But it's like concentrated effort for so many people to want to be a victim.
Victim Olympics, bro. It's the Victim Olympics. And especially, I was gonna start. I had an idea. I was gonna start a video with, everybody likes to think of themselves as different, but I'm like being kicked out of 2 diversity groups different.
Two. I heard about the Dominican one.
One of them I found it. Like one of them I helped put together.
Yo.
So when it comes to diversity, like usually it's reserved for
LGBT women.
Like that's what people think of when they think of diversity, and then they're not giving 2 fucks about what our problems are or what the fuck we think about, bro.
No. Blackie. Quality of life? What do you ask? No, you don't need quality of life.
Bruh. Shut up and dribble.
Yeah, right? Just be happy you're not locked up. You want to go to jail?
Bruh.
No.
And something I used to say to people that would like kind of hit them, like a reason why I got kicked out to diversity groups is because like when I would be trying to explain my points of view from the perspective of the people that I represent, motherfuckers don't want to hear it, right? And especially white women, they have a tendency of instantly being the victim. Oh, well, there was this one time where I was around this group of guys and they were like talking sexually in the workplace and it was just so inappropriate. Or there was this time that these group of guys was commenting on my pants and it made me feel uncomfortable. And it's like, how the fuck does that relate to what the fuck I just said? And, okay, newsflash, dudes get raped too.
Yes. We don't talk about that.
Oh.
Sexual harassment as well.
I didn't get sexually harassed by gay people.
And women.
And women. But, so now, is that what you want to talk about? That's what you bringing up, that, right? I'm talking about race. You talking about sexual harassment.
Yeah, sex.
All right, so let's switch gears. Like, let me put myself in your position. Like, do you care now, or you still don't give a fuck?
So really, what's the usual response?
There's no response.
Hush mouth,
bruh. Oh well, motherfuckers start tap dancing. Oh well, I mean, I can see where you're coming from, but that's not what I know. That's not what you was talking about. Because you really don't give a fuck. You don't. You just care about being hurt and being a fucking victim. Like, there's no empathy.
None.
Zero.
None. It shows. It shows. Just the pattern, the thought patterns, and just how they go about it. A lot of it shows. I don't give a shit about us, dude.
But that's where, like, the social experiment that I created is like a challenge.
What social experiment?
For this miniseries, it's 25 The Lifestyle, Sentence to Thrive. It's a challenge to shift people's dissonance.
Okay.
Because I've presented it as a polished project for people to buy into. So because of that, people are automatically going to have an opinion about it. Good, bad, or indifferent, which is fine. But I'm not presenting it as a finished product. I'm presenting it as the inception of a product. And asking people if, by chance, if it's even remotely a good idea or something that you think is needed, just share it. Just share the link. And the rest will take care of itself. Like, you ain't gonna give me no money. Just share it.
More exposure.
Because if it's a good idea, then it's gonna catch fire.
Yeah.
And that's where it's like challenging our own dissonance about like what we really say we want. Because if we say that we want to be in a more positive situation, and I'm presenting a solution as, hey, the way to do that is to present ourselves more positively, then if you offer any pushback, you are easily identifying yourself as the problem.
As the problem?
As the problem.
Why the problem?
If I'm asking you, hey, do you think this is a good idea? And you say, yeah, I think it's a good idea. Then I say, all right, can you share it to your network for me? And then you start talking about, oh, well, yeah, I think that maybe if you try it this way, or maybe you do something different this way, you start trying to find excuses not to just share it, you part of the problem.
How?
Because all I'm doing is asking you to share. Like, I ask you for
the problem is the negative image of black people, right?
The problem is the lack of positive.
The lack of positive.
A positive imagery.
Oh, and you're presenting a positive image.
A solution.
Yeah, and the solution is portraying positivity. And if you don't share the positivity, I see what you're saying.
Then you're part of the problem.
That makes sense.
Because you just want to talk. You just want to complain. You're not solution based. That's where ego come into play. Everybody want to play Monday morning quarterback. Oh, if I would have did this, I would have did it like that. But you didn't. So how about you just run the fucking play? I'm asking you to share it. Just let's start there.
Yeah, right. That'd be nice.
Let's just start there, and then we can work backwards, and we can see about the best way to do it. Because right now, it don't even exist. It so much so doesn't exist as a foreign concept that you offering me fucking pushback to make it real.
Damn.
That's who we are right now, bro. Like, God, so many niggas has then told me how they think it should go and what they think can make it better. I'm like, bro, it don't even exist yet. How you trying to make alterations to the inception of something, to an idea? Like, we've established that this is what is needed, and it's a good idea. So let's go from there first, before we try to judge it as a finished product.
That sounds like discouragement.
It's just, bro, that's what the whole fucking social experiment is like a mental health challenge. Like, do you care enough about yourself to do something that's gonna present you in a positive mindset or positive light? And it's really showcasing how much so we are painted in a negative light. That this is where we're talking about people who are scared of like success. I've run into people that I could tell like they're scared to put themselves out there in that position into a space where they're being looked at positively. We've been conditioned to think that if we out there, we a target. It's where the terminology keep your head down and stay out the way come from. Like, that's like some old Southern shit. Because it used to be illegal to look white people in the eye. And if you was on the sidewalk with them, you were supposed to get the fuck out the way.
Humble yourself.
Yes, get the fuck out their way, or it's gonna be trouble.
Yeah.
Keep your head down and stay out the way. So, motherfuckers have bought into that mentality to the point they're invisible. And they scared to look up. Scared to even talk about themselves. Don't even know how to talk about themselves positively.
See?
Terrified, because
They don't even know.
they don't have practice. And then even the times when they have tried it, motherfuckers have been there telling them that they're arrogant.
More discouragement.
Right. Pipe down. You doing too much right now. Bitch, I ain't doing enough. You look at standing on top of this fucking table.
Right? You're doing too much. I mean, I don't want to see that shine of yours.
That part. Dim that light, boy.
Please dim that light. It's too bright.
It's too bright.
It's too bright. You like a hole in the wall on Wednesdays, man. We like to keep that light low. Don't get too heavy or too political now. You know?
You know the craziest thing is, like, even with this project, and I'll be like explaining it, the premise and the importance of it, and I always get some dude or some chick to be like on some, oh, well, you know, when they hear stuff like this, like what they do to us. Like interjecting like that whole bitch ass
Fear.
white boogeyman type shit.
Yeah.
Oh, you know they ain't gonna like that.
Don't upset Master Charlie now.
Oh, Massa don't like when we reads.
Exactly what that sound like.
It's fucking crazy, bro.
Exactly what that sound like.
And it's shameful, bro. It's shameful. Like it's embarrassing. And that's right now, the campaign that, like, you know, or the platform that I'm speaking at is, I want niggas to be embarrassed. I want them to feel shame instead of guilt.
Can you do without both?
Nah, you need shame, bro. You need shame as a barometer, because at the end of the day, it's like, what, stand for something or fall for anything, right? So if you don't have any type of respect for anything outside of yourself, you're always gonna be a victim. If you don't give way to something higher than yourself, then you are undoubtedly making yourself a target because you're saying, hey, I'm the end all be all, and motherfuckers gonna test you. Like, I understand that I am part of a bigger source code. And that's the code that I answer to. So there's no reason for me to present myself as bigger than life because I respect something higher. And that's where the shame comes in. Like when I do things, I'm thinking of disrespecting that higher power when it comes to my decision making. Like, is this gonna shed a positive or negative light on me later? And if my mindset is, it don't matter as long as I don't get caught, like that's a mentality that I think is permeating in our culture that's fucking us up. Because we're doing shit not to get caught.
Right.
And then when we do get caught, we feel guilty. And that guilt manifests in a bunch of different, like fucked up different ways. Whereas if you was righteous and on your square in the first place and not doing no fuck shit because you don't want to bring shame to your name, you're operating differently. You're moving differently. You got different intentions.
Yeah. Intentional implementation is important. What you intend on doing, and how much so you're implementing that intent. You know what I mean? Because you can have a desire all day, but you never act on it. I mean, it's just another idea.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I got that intentional implementation from a class, a literacy class. They already understood the concept, they didn't have the term. But yeah. Even what you were talking about with recording, man, if you're gonna go out your way to record and having the sense of purpose and intent, things go way better.
You're gonna have
organization.
more of
Organization.
you're gonna have more of a tangible outcome.
There we go.
To build off of.
Just like construction. When you organize or pass the blueprint, it's the same concept, but when you organize your material, and as you're touching it and you're seeing the progress and having that availability, that's like just like grabbing what you need when you need it.
Yeah.
I mean, all together, it makes sense versus being by yourself and trying to be creative and not having anybody steal whatever you brought with you at the time, right?
The by yourself aspect is why I'm doing these things. Because most artists are forced to do things by themselves. It's just now there's more technology available where we can actually compete. This is Ops calling my phone. Trying to wreck my train of thought. Yep. Yeah, I think that's a good stopping point. Unplug.